up, y'all? It's your girl Ari, and I am back with another video for y'all. And today I'm going to be telling y'all a juicy story time, a little messy story time. You know, I was going to say it's messy Monday, but y'all, it's not Monday. It's very much Wednesday. Messy Wednesday, oh well. Anyways, today I'm going to be telling y'all the story time about the time me and my old friend went to go slash this girl tires, and we ended up having to jump. We went to go be crazy at her ex-boyfriend's house, and we ended up having to jump his new girlfriend. So let me just basically tell you the story time. So basically, my friend, we're gonna call her Red, and she was talking to this boy, and we're gonna name him Jay. So she was talking to Jay or whatever, and they was in a relationship, but they was in a relationship before me and her started being friends. Like, I already knew who she was because she used to be around my peoples. So I already knew who she was because she used to be around my peoples or whatever. So boom. What happened? She used to be around my peoples or whatever. So I already knew who she was, but me and her didn't like each other at first because of some false information that wasn't true. So we didn't like each other. So one day I did her hair and we started being friends. Like, we started being cool or whatever. So we was cool, and we started being cool after I did her hair. So time go by or whatever, she's still talking to Jay. She's still in a relationship with Jay. So I guess her and Jay broke up or whatever, and they was just like working on themselves to get back into a relationship, I guess. So like, they was still talking, like they weren't supposed to be talking to nobody else. I guess they was just like taking a break from the relationship title thing or whatever. Like, they was just trying to work on each other or whatever. Y'all already know how that go. Niggas ain't shit. So y'all already know how that go. So they was talking or whatever, and basically he was talking to sum it all up. Basically, he was like giving hints that he was being weird, and Red just felt like he was like it was somebody else in the picture, and he was saying there wasn't nobody else in the picture, and he wasn't fucking with nobody else or nothing like that. Like, he was saying he wasn't talking to nobody else or nothing like that. So we like, okay, cool. Like, we believe, like, she believed you or whatever. So she was believing him or whatever. So then one day he basically was just like, he laid it all down, like he got a new girlfriend. He don't want to, like, I can't remember if that's what happened or what, but I just remember we ended up finding out he had a new girlfriend. But I think he told her, and he posted her too or something like that, or like she posted him trying to be funny. So basically she was trying to be funny to Red or whatever. She ended up trying to be funny to Red, and Red had, we gonna call the other girl, we gonna call the new girlfriend Ashley. We're gonna call the new girlfriend Ashley. So Red was being like, Red and didn't like Ashley because Ashley was trying to be funny, like over a nigga. Like, that's basically what it was. Ashley was trying to be funny over a nigga that Red already had. So Red didn't like that. So they started going back and forth on Snapchat or whatever, because I think like she posted him in a private story or whatever with her in it. They didn't even know each other. So why do you got me in a private story? I don't even know you. Like, she posted him trying to be funny or something like that. But I just remember she found out that he had a new girlfriend basically, and was basically lying to her. So that made her upset. Like, she was sad about it at first. Like, at first she was sad or whatever, but they was going back and forth. The Ashley and Red, my friend, was going back and forth and beefing. So I had nothing to do with it at first. Like, at first I didn't have nothing. I never had nothing to do with it. That's crazy. I never had nothing to do with it. I'm just a ride or die friend, and me and my friend was like this. So we I was like basically supporting her, being there for her or whatever, and they would just kept getting in arguments, and Red ended up going to text Ashley's old boyfriend or whatever, because they was beefing. And I guess she texted Ashley's old boyfriend basically like trying to get information about Ashley from the boyfriend. So from the old boyfriend. So he was sending her nudes and stuff like that to Red, and Red was posting them on Snapchat or whatever. So they beefing, they going back and forth, and Ashley see the posts or whatever. They just make a post back and forth about each other. So I went to go add the girl on Snapchat so I could see the post too, because she didn't even know we was friends. So I went to go see the post too. So then what happened? So then me and my friend Red had basically wanted me to come with her to go to Jay's house so she could basically like just act a fool and be crazy pretty much. So I'm not a hater. I'm not gonna shoot my, like, if you want to go be crazy, you want to go break his windows, you want to go do all that, like, okay. As long as I don't go to jail, we cool. So we basically, I don't remember what happened, but I remember she called me over there or whatever. She called me over there, and she was already telling me that, like, sometimes she'd be riding by his house to see if anybody be there anyway, because the boy, like, he didn't have nothing going for himself anyway. He didn't have no car. At their big old age, he didn't have no car. He didn't have no nothing. And my friend was older than me, so they like 20, 21 or like 19 or something. I know he was older though, I believe. So he was like 20 or something, like with no car, and he was still like living with his mom and stuff. So it was his mom's house we was going to act crazy at. So she had bought him this fan that he be keeping in the window when they was together or whatever, and he got like a bed sheet over the fan as a curtain. So she wanted to go act crazy at his house, and she wanted to go kick the fan in the window. So we go to his house or whatever, and we park far away from the house, and we walking down the street. And as we walk, at first we was walking back and forth to like see if we seen anybody in the house or whatever. She wanted me to walk back and forth on the sidewalk with her. So we walking back and forth up and down the sidewalk, and it was this old lady. It or whatever. First, yeah, it was this old lady, and she saw us, and she was like taking pictures of us and stuff, and we didn't like that because it was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. What is your old ass even doing out here? So she was out there like basically just watching us because she never seen us before. So eventually, I think before the old lady came, I can't remember if it was before the old lady came or after, but Red walked up the driveway, and we was creeping on the side of the house because his window was right in the driveway on the side of the house. She walked up to the window. She tried to peek a little to see if he was in there. She punched the fan in the window and it fell. And then we ran back to the car. And we wait and we drive off. So we drive off or whatever, and like 5 minutes later we come back. It was like 5 or 10 minutes later we come back, and the fan back in the window. So the fan back in the window or whatever, and she walked up the driveway again, and she went and she punched it again. So she punched it in the window again, or she like kicked it or something like that. She did something to make it go in the window. It fell. So after that, I think we seen a lady, so we just left. So, because she was taking pictures of us or like recording us or something like that. So we left. So then I think it was like the next day or like a couple days after that, she called me one day when I had just got done doing hair. She called me, or I was about to go somewhere or something like that, and she called me and was like, and it was like 11 o'clock, and was like, I want to go. She basically said that she wanted to go slash the tires, and she wanted me to come with her because she didn't want to go by herself. So me being the friend I am, I went and got one of my kitchen knives. And I packed my bag, and she wanted me to stay the night too. So I packed my bag, my spend the night bag, and I was gonna go home the next day. I was gonna go home the next day, and I packed my little spend the night bag, and I brought the kitchen knife, and we were supposed to go slash her tires. But mind you, I guess Ashley and my friend Red was already arguing and stuff like that. So Red rolled by, and she said she wanted to slash Ashley's tires. Like, she wanted to slash Ashley's tires because I guess she rode by the house or whatever, like on some creeping stuff, and she saw some car outside in front of their house that she never saw, and she said every time she ride by their house she see it because she gotta go that way anyway to get home. Like, she don't gotta go down that street, but she be going down that street because y'all know how that be. So she went down the street or whatever, and she saw the car, so she wanted to slash the tires because they was already arguing previously before that. So they arguing or whatever, and I said her name. So I guess the Ashley girl was being funny on Snapchat or whatever. So my friend Red, we was arguing or something like that, and we went to go get our friend, that's a boy, and he really irrelevant because he just irrelevant to the whole story for her. He was just there. So she wanted to go slash the tires or whatever, so we went to go get the boy, and the boy was pumping Red's head up to call the girl and tell her to come outside and fight, basically, because the girl was being, like, the girl kept like basically trying to like be funny to my friend. And my friend was just mad because of the whole fact, like, what happened with the boy, like, her and the boy. So she, what did she do, bro? We got there, whatever, and I don't remember how it got to this, but before we even got out the car, she texted the girl, like, come outside or I'm gonna slash your tires. So they was arguing, and she told her come outside or she gonna slash her tires. So I get on the phone and I'm hollering to the girl too because she started talking crazy, and she was being scary too, acting like she didn't want to come outside. So, we get there. And the girl, we know she was there because she was acting like she didn't see us texting back, but her car was outside. So we knew she was there. So we parked down the street where we parked the one day when she punched the fin in the window. And she walked all the way up to the driveway. She walked up the driveway. She got to the window. She looked in the window or whatever. And then she punched the fan in the window real hard and it fell. Y'all, why they was in there laying up naked like they had just got done doing something. So that heated my friend up so bad. It made her so mad. So she see them and she was like, and the dude was like, Red, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she like, I want my fan back. She was basically just saying she wanted her fan back and she would leave. She wanted all this, like she wanted the stuff she bought him back and she'd leave. Like just basically mad. Like, you don't know how it be when you salty. Like, and I understand because I would have been salty too. So she was just basically mad or whatever. And she was just like, I want my fan back that I bought you. Like, I want my fan back that I bought you. And then she was telling the girl, she seen the girl and she was like, yeah, come outside. Come outside, bitch. Come outside. Come outside. Come outside. Like, she telling her to come outside. And I'm just in my head thinking like, I've never even seen you fight. When did you? So she's like, come outside. Come outside. Come outside. And, the girl just was basically like saying she wasn't coming outside or something like that. No, she was actually talking crazy to Red or whatever, like bitch, I am gonna come outside, but Jay wasn't trying to let her come outside, no way, and she really didn't want to come outside for real. So she's like, come outside, come outside, come outside. And she walks out the driveway and she like, I'm about to come out there, I'm about to come outside. All right, bet, I'm about to come outside. So we walked down the driveway or whatever, and we sat there for like 15 minutes. She ain't come outside. So Red started texting her like, come outside, like you scary, come outside or whatever. And then she go back up to the window again and she punched the fan out the window because they just laid back down like we weren't outside. So she punched the fan out the window good and they in the bed. So he telling her to stop punching the fan out the window and all this other stuff. And they arguing and all that. And Red keep telling Ashley to come outside. And Ashley's like, I ain't about to come outside, I ain't about to come outside. So we waited there like 30 more minutes. The Jay comes outside and he basically trying to tell us to go home, and they went in there and they woke the mom up because we was still outside and we wouldn't leave. So the mom and Jay come outside basically trying to tell us to leave, and Red was saying like she wasn't leaving until she get her fan back, and she wasn't leaving and all that. Like she was just acting a fool, and I'm just like, okay. So she said she wasn't leaving, so we weren't leaving. So then like 15 minutes later, like we already been out here like an hour, bro, just waiting on this girl to come outside. But it was like August, so it was like around the time it is now. This was last year in August, so it was still warm outside, so we was just all out there. So I'm out there with my bonnet on and my cracks in sports mode, like, let this girl come outside, we gonna have to jump her. Because bro, y'all, she was like 6'3". She was as big as the boy. She was like 6'3". She was bigger than me, and I'm 5'10". I'm like 5'9", 5'10". So I'm really 5'9" and 3/4", but she was tall. So I'm just like, we're gonna have to jump her because my friend is like 5'2". So I was just like, you know, she gonna get beat up. That's just gonna be that. So she finally come outside and they standing on the porch. The girl and the boy they standing on the porch. And the boy that we had brought with us, he had this Mountain Dew in his hand. And Red turned around. She snatched the Mountain Dew. It was like a Mountain Dew, like, pop bottle, like you twist open. She snatched it out and she threw it at the house. But she missed. Like, she tried to throw it at them and she missed and it hit the house. So they just go back in the house or whatever. They were saying that they was telling Red to come up on the porch and fight her. And I'm like, don't go up on their property. Don't go up on their property. Because if you go up on the property, it's over with. Like, they could do whatever to you. If you go up on the property, it's over with. So she was just telling them to go. She was telling her to come up on the property. And we telling her, like, no, she's not fighting you on the property. You're going to come out to the street and y'all going to work. So she wasn't trying to fight out. She really wasn't trying to fight for real. So she go in the house. And so she go in the house. And my friend Red walked back up to the window again. And she punched the fan. But nobody was in there that time she punched the fan. But I believe they heard it. She punched the fan in the window and nobody was in the room that time because they was in there scary talking to the mom. So eventually, bro, like 30 minutes later, after we've been out here like an hour and a half waiting for this girl to come outside, like she finally comes outside. She come outside and I'm looking at her thinking she the dude. They both come outside. They're the same height. So she finally come outside. She gets to walking down the whistle call. She like, you want to fight? All right, we about to fight. She really came outside because she knew we wasn't leaving until she came outside for real. But we was really gonna leave if she really wasn't gonna come outside. But my friend was so mad. She was heated. She was waiting for the girl to come outside. So she come outside finally. She comes outside. My friend, I just did her some long braids like to her knees. So they was long and she had them. I don't even remember if she had them wrapped up. I think she did. I put them in a bun for her, but that bun fell right out. So she and my friend had on shorts too and some Crocs. So she walking. So the girl finally, she comes off the she's coming like out the grass on the sidewalk a little bit, but she's still in the grass. So I was like, don't walk up on that property. So she running up and my friend running up and I'm like, don't walk up to the property, don't walk up to the property. They end up like on the edge of the grass because the house was like a hill like that. So they was like right here at the hill. So she walking off and they like, boom, they start fighting. They start working, they start fighting. The girl is so big compared to my friend. So I just knew I was going to have to jump in. So the girl, they start fighting over, they fighting. And they instantly start fighting and she throw my friend on the ground. She throws my friend on the ground and gets on top of her and she get on top of her, but my friend's still like in her, like getting her shit. So she get on top of her and I see her start punching her. So she had a lot of hair too, but it was like so dry and brittle when I felt it. Like it was brittle and dry and she had like a back ponytail and she was looking down. So I walked up to her, I ran up on her and I grabbed her ponytail and I boom, boom, in her face. Like, so soon I'm boo, boo, boo. Here come Jay. Jay grabbed me. He grabs me and he got me like this. Like, he got me like this, so I can't do nothing. So he's like pulling me away. And as he's pulling me away, y'all, I swear to God, I did one of these. I swear to God, y'all, I lift my foot up right in her mouth and was like, boom. Like, I kicked her right in her shit. And her face was like her whole head lifted back. And then when I kicked it like that, her whole face, so I didn't kick her not once, but I kicked her twice. Her whole head went back like that and she looked back down because my friend was under her. So I kicked her in the face. She lifted her head up and back down after I kicked her in the face, and then I stomped on her neck. See what I did? He pulled me away and I was like, boom, boom. Like, y'all, it was terrible. I just kicked this girl in the face for my friend and stomped on her neck. So then he was holding me away. I'm mad as like, when he was holding me, I was so mad and I was telling him to let me go. Like, I was so mad. So eventually he let me go and the mom grabbed me. I about knocked the mama out her mind. Because don't touch me. I don't even know you. Don't touch me. This is woman to woman. I will whoop your ass. So I was just like, bro. Like, I'm telling her let me go. And she basically telling me to stop. Or because somebody gonna call the police. So since I can't help, my friend is getting beat up. Like, since I can't help, she's over top of my little friend and, like, just, like, bro. And it was dark outside. And the boy just stood there. The boy that we brought stood there. Like, he was so useless. If anything, he could have got the dude off of me so we could have jumped the girl because she was beating up Red. Like, and my friend had eyelash extensions in, y'all. Like, when I say they was gone, like, one of them was gone after, and I just felt so bad. Like, it was terrible. What happened? So then, they ended up stop fighting because the mom broke it up. They ended up not fight. They ended up quit fighting, and my friend had on a Pandora ring. So after the fight was over, she was looking for her ring in the grass. We was looking for it outside after the fight was over, and they went back in the house. So they go back in the house or whatever. And the next door neighbors was telling us to stop fighting and all this stuff. Like, bro, it was so ghetto. They go back in the house. So they end up going back in the house or whatever. And everybody just making posts on Snapchat at this point. Like, everybody making posts on Snapchat. And the girls was making posts. The girl's sister texted me like, yeah, y'all jumped my sister. So, da-da-da-da. Like, do you want to fight? And I was telling her, like, do you want to fight then? Like, what? Okay. She was like, oh, yeah, it's cool, because when I see you, don't you go to this school? Girl, don't even know me. She thinks she know me. Don't even know what I look like. Nothing. Didn't even know the right school I went to. So I was just like, girl, bye. Like, girl, bye. Fight me. So it was just, that was like just all over the place. And then we get in the car and my friend started crying. She just like, I just can't believe that Jay would just do that to me and let me even sit there and fight his girlfriend. Like, they was together for a minute too, so I couldn't believe he let it happen too. Like, he picked his side. He picked his side right then and there. He had picked his side. So then we went to her little white, we went to Red's friend's house or whatever. We talking to her and we telling her about it and what happened and stuff. So it was just all a mess. And then me and Red ended up going back to her house. And I was so tired and I had comforted her for real. I went outside and because I just could not. I was just like, this is crazy. So we stayed in the house or whatever. And my friend was like cleaning up her face because it was like scratched up and stuff. And I was just like, this is a mess. I need to go to sleep. So she was just upset. She was talking the whole night about it and she was upset, which I understood. So I was just like comforting her and stuff. And then I ended up going home the next day. And she had to like cover it up with makeup because she had work. So I ended up going home or whatever the next day. It was just terrible. And then me and her ended up falling out like 4 months later because of some weird stuff. So I was just like, I just felt like she was weird and I didn't want to be her friend no more. So I cut her off. But that was just that for like, it's no bad blood or nothing like that with me and her. It's just some friends don't fit my category, honestly. But yeah, y'all, that was a story time about the time that me and my friend went to go jump her boyfriend. We jumped her ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all tune in. Y'all follow me on Instagram at Ari_Lashelle, ARII_LASHELLE. And make sure y'all go follow me on TikTok at the same thing. So yeah. Or it might not be underscore. It's one of them, either or. And make sure y'all subscribe and y'all tap that bell for new notifications on my new YouTube videos. And yeah, bye y'all.